Hello again, everybody. Pete here. Yet another, well, my first rather late update on the small scale group build. This kit has been a pig, as you all know. But I'm getting much closer to the finish, and I thought I'd better give a sort of update on the little details and that which have gone into the kit now, but you're not going to see much of once it's finished. So I thought if anybody's actually building this kit as well or going to, it might be helpful to see more that I've done. So I'll do that. Just tilt that down a bit. Whoops. We're getting there. I think it'd be better to pick it up, wouldn't it? As you can see, I've polished the paint back a bit. Try and get it in where I can get a good reflection up the back there, and it was looking rather horrendous the other day, but got quite a nice shine to it now. It is a shame there was so much trouble doing this kit. Like I said before, it is one of my I've been waiting half my life to get hold of this kit, and it's been such a disappointment. On the car itself, Mr. Spencer sitting there, my biology teacher, with his briefcase ready to go. I've left the cylinder head off at the moment. You see, I've added all the seat belts in there. The carpeting in the bottom I've sort of textured with a texture paint. If come out, Mr. Spencer. Which is a textured paint with a sort of grey. I need to do a bit of touching in there. I've glued the seat in now, and that seat. With that around, I did add a bit more detail to the radio face because there wasn't much of it. I haven't really done much to the dashboard apart from try to pick out the details that are in it. But at this angle, well, at any angle, you don't end up seeing a lot of it. I thought I'd add a briefcase. I've also made up the side. The door panels are not included in the model. There's no door panels in it at all. So I've made these from what I've seen of the real car. Around in the engine bay, I've left the cylinder head off for the moment because I haven't quite finished, but I've added a bracket holding the battery on, battery wiring. Down here, these parts that are sticking out the side are two moulded lumps in the initial kit, so I've brought them down there to make it into more of a shape, and over here carved it into an alternator, and I don't know whether you see the wiring added into that as well, which runs out of the there you go, out of the back of the alternator and down along the chassis. Dipstick I've added. This is a reservoir for the brakes and an old transfer to decal to just do something with it. And still got, there is no actual steering column in the engine bay, so another part I'm making up is something that will give us some details of a steering column. And the same with the radiator as well. There's no radiator hoses, so I've looked for a load of videos to just try and get some idea of what's in there. Is it going to focus? Come on, focus on this. So I've warmed up some pieces of stretch sprue and made them into my water hoses. Hang on, if I'll do that. So, you know, and also there's no sort of stability for the air filter, so I've made a couple of little brackets underneath there that will rest on top of the cylinder head, on top of the valve covers, and just support that horizontally across the engine. I totally thinned down the fan because this is mega thick as a kit part, so there's a lot of thinning on that to do. What else was it? On the cylinder head I have I've just actually broke off the throttle linkage I had put on, so throttle linkage to go back on the back of there. And then as I showed before, I've still got the spark plug leads and what will just be a round cup really for distributor rather than a fully mounted in there. I'll just squeeze something in there to collect the cables together. But basically that's what I wanted to cover, was all the interior details that I've added and that. With flipping it over, the back suspension was a lovely bit of moulding. I've grubbied it all up now, added my fuel hoses, brake lines down the sides, weathered up the undersides a bit. But that was a really intricate bit of suspension there. And overall, the undersides of all this were quite incredible. Apart from there's no steering column, which I'll just work out and add. As I added valve stems. Painting the beauty rings around here is blimmin' hard because there's not much difference. You've got the centre hubcap, which none of the chrome is chrome. You have to paint all the chrome. So I've added, started doing that, but doing the actual beauty ring was a pain in the bottom. And the valve stem as well. Get the weathering into the tyres. That about covers nearly everything. Bound to remember something I forgot. So I've got the body is waiting for me. I've still got this windscreen has got about 1 mil gap either side, so I might be making a new windscreen for it. I'm not quite sure yet, but the paint ain't too bad now. So that'll be all right, I should think. And then start gluing all the grill, etc. on all these little bits, all the door handles, because it does come with completely with the outside door handles, which are quite nice little mouldings. They really are. Some of this stuff is absolutely spectacular for when it was made. Just a shame about the standard of the body. Anyway, that's going to be the last one will be fully buttoned up and complete, so you won't see any of the internals and that. So I thought I'd show that now, and I'll just have a complete base when I go back to the whatever the next video is. Best wishes from jolly old England. Bye.